Don't you remember the Crimbo Din Din we had with the grotty Scotch bin?
Oh, the one that was all sixes and sevens.
Yeah, she was a trouble and strife, but the Morris dancer lived up the apples and pears.
Let's not waffle on and overegg the pudding, or we'll be here for donkey's years. So, welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 British phrases that will always confuse the rest of the world. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're celebrating some bog standard bits and bobs of British English. But there's a spanner in the works because these sayings make no sense to anyone else.
Spare me the confused innocence, Jane. We're both far too long in the tooth.
Number 10, Bob's your uncle.
This will go in here, and Bob's your uncle, abracadabra, is this your card?
No.
Even if Bob really is your uncle, what's he got to do with anything? A saying said whenever a plan is executed, non-Brits might feel more familiar with the similar and Americanized idiom, hey presto, or the French phrase, et voila. Some linguists trace Bob's your uncle back to Arthur Balfour, who succeeded his uncle Lord Salisbury as Prime Minister in 1902. Balfour's critics claimed he only got the job thanks to his familial connections.
Bob's your uncle.
Okay.
Number 9, a car boot sale.
Love a car boot, baby. Love a car boot.
While boot sales are a kind of cultural institution in the UK, this term can bewilder anyone not born in Blighty. First off, the car boot itself causes confusion, given that American English calls a car's storage space its trunk. But then, there's the actual concept itself, which makes a stateside garage sale seem very small fry.
That is 182 bottles of body lotion. I was going to sell them at a car boot sale.
Driving for miles to show off your second-hand stuff on a fold-up decorating table, and somehow selling Delia Smith's Christmas cookbook from 1997 for £2.50, it's all brilliantly British.
Well, Christmas time is party time.
Number 8, a good old chinwag.
No good stood round here chin-wagging. Human race should gossip all day.
Enjoyed by friends over a coffee, a pint, or on the walk home from work, this basic Britishism breathes new life into any conversation. With satisfying literalness, the term triggers anyone who hasn't heard it before to imagine chins rising, falling, and flailing around like an excitable dog's tail. Of course, given that a good old chinwag is the same as an overdue gossip, the mental image of mouths speaking quickly isn't too far away.
Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on.
Number 7, have a butcher's. And so, we've come to Cockney rhyming slang.
East End, you say? I wonder what it's like these days.
So much of British English is born out of London colloquialisms, but if you aren't well versed, then you can quickly struggle. You might say you're Hank Marvin if you're hungry because you're starving, or you'll refer to someone you like as your old china, as in china plate, as in mate, as in friend. But to have a butcher's is one of the most widely used phrases in London and elsewhere, and it simply means to have a look. Butcher's hook, look, see, it's simple.
See what we've got.
Let's have a butcher's, eh?
Number 6, chuffed to bits.
I played 5 eggs this morning. 5! How chuffed with that I was.
It sounds very painful, but it's actually quite pleasant. In today's lingo at least. We Brits describe ourselves as chuffed whenever something has gone exceptionally well, like A-star exam results or a favourable football score.
Chuffing, no.
However, the etymology of chuff includes it being used as a 16th century adjective for an overweight person and as an alternative noun for someone's bottom or their genitalia. If something's up the chuff, it's in a bad way. So, the chuffed to bits now means excessive happiness is quite a considerable leap.
So I'm happy about that.
Yes.
Sure.
Number 5, what a plonker.
Plonker.
A phrase made famous by Del Boy, usually at Rodney's expense, Plonker fronts a family-friendly set of soft British insults, all designed to deride someone for their stupidity, but usually in a playful way.
You plonker.
As well as the only fool's favourite, there's pillock, prat, nitwit and numpty, while you might also salute someone's waning intelligence by saying they're a few sandwiches short of a picnic. Only in Britain does it make sense to match a person's mental prowess with what they might be having for lunch.
Attention, you
Number 4, spend a penny. To a traditional euphemism which sometimes confuses even British folk below a certain age, to spend a penny is to use the toilet.
What, do you want to spend a penny, girl?
The term dates back to the mid-1800s, when coin-operated locks were fitted onto lots of public loos, so there really was a charge if you needed to relieve yourself. A century or so later, and the cost of visiting the toilet had skyrocketed to 10 or 20 pence. But the saying stuck around simply as a polite, indirect way of letting others know what you were up to.
Excuse me, Bruce, I have to spend a penny. Go for your life, pal, don't fall in.
Number 3, sod's law. Given that one meaning of sod has the word relating to grass or turf, it can be tricky to see how sod's law started.
Why is it dispose? You keep on saying me.
Sod's law?
It's often compared to Murphy's Law in America, though sod's law is slightly more severe. You could call it the exact opposite to a win-win situation. Red traffic lights when you're running extremely late, that's sod's law. Staying in for a delivery but missing it because you took a shower, that too. Booking a beach holiday but getting rain all week, good god it's annoying.
I could puke.
Number 2, on the pull. A close cousin to what Americans call hooking up or getting lucky, head to the city centre on a Saturday night and you'll soon catch on. Whether someone's on the pull, they're pulling at that precise moment, or perhaps they've just been pulled by someone else, it all relates to the purposeful pursuit of romantic or sexual relationships.
You want my advice?
Yeah.
Go where the sex is.
It's exactly what I was thinking.
And British slang terms for the various stages of pulling are pretty plentiful too. To chat up is to talk to snog is to make out with, and you can consult Austin Powers for the rest.
Very shagadelic, baby, yeah!
Number 1, swings and roundabouts. An everyday idiom across the UK, today's winner roughly equates to nothing gained and nothing lost.
And I promise I will try my absolute hardest to bring your loved ones back to you, dead or alive.
Said whenever the pros and cons of a given situation seem to cancel each other out. The origins of the phrase are largely unknown, although most researchers agree on the obvious links to the children's playground, with both playtime options promising equal levels of fun. You might even favour the slide, but it's swings and roundabouts really.
Well, that may or may not be true.
Well, it is true.
Well, it may or it may not be true.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo UK and subscribe for more great content.